Hello, everybody. This is Captain Marty here on Monday, March the 23rd, and we do have a little bit more to talk about in today's fishing report. I'll be back in just a moment to do just that.
Frisco Woods Campground, a family-owned gem for over 50 years, offers a perfect getaway on Hatteras Island. Whether you prefer tent camping, electric water sites, RV spots, or primitive camping cabins, there's something for everyone. Guests enjoy free hot showers, a refreshing pool, and breathtaking sunsets over the Pamlico Sound. Nestled in nature yet close to local attractions, Frisco Woods Campground provides a peaceful retreat with modern comforts, making it an ideal destination for outdoor enthusiasts and families alike. Book online at the Frisco Woods Campground.com. Frisco Woods Campground, 50 years of memory making on Hatteras Island.
At the south end of Roanoke Island, in a quiet little village, lies Marina, known for having one of the finest fishing fleets on the Outer Banks. Whether it be an offshore excursion, a nearshore charter, or headboat fishing, Wanchese Marina is where to go. Wanchese Marina is a full-service marina, complete with a fueling dock, bait, tackle, ice, and the landing grill restaurant. All of this is just a few minutes from some of the finest fishing spots around. Book online at wanchesemarina.com. Wanchese Marina, 4457 Mill Landing Road, Wanchese.
You know, it's been a long winter, and we've been repeating the minimal information that we have. We've had some of the diehards out there trying to get things picking up, and finally they did a little bit. But we'll get to the surf information in just a minute. We always start out talking about the offshore fishing, and we had really good bluefin tuna fishing off Oregon Inlet. It seemed like most of the bluefins were up what they call up the beach. So that's something that goes on all year long. There are times when the Hatteras guys have more fish, especially in the spring. And they've had a great year on bluefin tuna. There are times when the Oregon Inlet fleet has the same good luck. Why is that? Well, these are migratory species, and they move around a lot. And you could say, well, wait a minute, the bluefins have been here since January the 1st, and that's true. And they've been from really the South Carolina line to the Virginia line, covering a lot of territory, but they are moving all the time, and they're going to go where there's food. In this case, the food is going to be butterfish, flying fish, menhaden for the ones in there closer to the beach. They eat bluefish. I mean, they are eating machines. They don't get to be 500 pounds on the Atkins diet. So anyway, they had good fishing for the bluefins off Oregon Inlet. Some of the Hatteras boats caught a few, but they focused on king mackerel, and they had some nice good class of kings. They've had king mackerel, I think, all winter long. That's really, really good. Some of the guys that are commercial fishing, and that means they're going with no charter, no paying clients. They go out to catch fish to sell, and those fish are really the bread and butter for them in the dead of winter. So good for them as well. We'll talk a little bit about the surf fishing. Now, it has picked up. Water temperatures are still pretty darn cool, but it started at the end of last week with a little bit of activity in Ocracoke. That activity has moved up off Hatteras Island, and right now it sounds like Cape Point down to Hatteras Inlet and on over to Ocracoke. We do know there was a nice drum, a 32-inch drum by Jackie Reynolds. Congratulations to her on that great catch down in Ocracoke. There was a few other puppy drum caught that way, and we've been hearing about black drum and a few bluefish. And that's the same kind of activity we started hearing, especially yesterday, up Hatteras way. There was some puppy drum and a few yearlings caught around Cape Point. There's been a little bit of bites of sea mullet, and that's one of the last things we left you with when we went into the winter, and thankfully it's one of the first things we're dealing with right now. So there was a few sea mullet, a few puppy drum, a few black drum, a few bluefish, lots of grass. I heard that from a lot of different people. You had to fight that grass a little bit, but you know what? The people that are out there now are mostly locals. This is about the only time of year they get to fish before they get busy. And we do have some visitors. With Easter coming, we'll have a whole bunch more, but thankfully we finally have a reason to go down and fish and take your chances. So that's pretty much it on the surf. I didn't hear of anything north of Oregon Inlet yet. Water temperatures are still in the mid to upper 40s, so got that to deal with. We'll take a little break right here, and I have just a little bit of stuff to talk about in the backcountry.
Surrounded by water, Currituck and the people of the Outer Banks have been shaped and defined by its rich and coastal maritime history. The Currituck Maritime Museum tells the story of Currituck's boat-building forefathers, their remarkable craft, and the legacy they left behind on how to live life and thrive on the waters of the Outer Banks. Discover the Maritime Museum in historic Corolla Park, across the street from the Currituck Beach Lighthouse, and visit us online at currituckmaritimemuseum.com. Be a part of the local history at the Currituck Maritime Museum.
So in the backcountry, Pamlico Sound, Albemarle Sound, Alligator River. That's the areas for most of them. Up into the Chowan area, Chowan River, up that way. Edenton, west, on over really into Bertie County. There's been a little bit of a bite on the rockfish. In the neighborhood of Mackey's Ferry and some other areas, there's been a few fish caught for the guys that are really got their A game, really know what they're doing. A lot of people, though, are getting a little bit disappointed, and that's just because of the time of year. It will get better as time picks up. And then I did hear a little feud going on Facebook. A couple locals of Mans Harbor were fighting about something in the world of speckled trout and puppy drum. And in the middle of that friendly debate, someone fessed up and said, well, they're catching a few speckled trout right now. So I'm like, okay, well, thank you. I didn't know that. I'll share with y'all. You go out and find your own speckled trout, but it's still pretty quiet in the backcountry. And that's about all I have for us today. But that was a much better weekend to get outside, do things. I really do anticipate now the crappie bite will get rolling. In my opinion, the hardest fish in the world to catch for me personally is a crappie. That's what we call them in North Carolina. That'll be picking up. Maybe someone will take me fishing one day and teach me how to do it. Meanwhile, I hope everybody has a blessed day and the good Lord blesses you richly.